Hey guys, welcome back. It's good to finally be back. I know I haven't put out a tutorial in a couple of weeks, but this one took some research and I'm finally ready to share it with you guys. So obviously from the headline, today's tutorial is a review on some of the most popular drugstore foundations. I'm going to let you know what to spend your money on and what to completely avoid. I know we're all looking for different things when we are looking for a foundation. Some of us like a full coverage, some of us like a more light coverage, some of us like a matte finish, some of us like a dewy finish, so it completely just depends on your preference. And I'm going to go over all those stats with you guys today, and I'm excited and I'm ready to get started. So the first foundation that I went out and bought was the L'Oreal True Match Healthy Luminous Makeup Lumi Finish. Did I say that right? I don't know. But this is a pretty good foundation. I want to say it was like $11 to $12, and it is a medium to full coverage makeup. So that was really good for me because I like something that has a good coverage, but I also like makeup to feel lightweight on my face, and this definitely does feel lightweight, but I honestly like a matte finish, and this has more of a dewy finish. So if you like that, if you like that dewy kind of full coverage look, this will be great for you. It has an SPF in it. It feels good on your skin. So, you know, I would give this a B+ on my side. It had pretty good shine control too, because I tend to have combo skin, but my T-zone gets a little oily as well as my chin. So I feel like it's a pretty good foundation overall. If you are a very oily person, I would stay away from this because that luminous effect can kind of add to the oiliness. So yeah, pretty good. I also tried out the L'Oreal True Match just regular makeup. Again, I felt like this was medium to full coverage foundation. Tons of shades, just like the Lumi. L'Oreal is really great about that, about being able to match all skin tones. There's so many different ones to pick from. I'm sure you can find one to match. This one is very matte, unlike the Lumi. It has no dewy finish. It dries completely matte, very lightweight on your face, but it just wasn't my favorite. It does have an SPF, which is great. It didn't give me that kind of like flawless kind of finish that I'm looking for, but if you're just looking for something medium coverage that's matte to even out your skin tone a little bit, this is perfect. It's something that I'm going to keep in my makeup kit, but just not my favorite for some reason. It's okay. I think I went over everything with that. Okay, let's go on to the next one. So the next one is the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat, and I picked this up because I was starting to get super oily there like a couple of months ago. I'm not even sure why. Maybe I had too many mozzarella sticks. I don't know. But I have it under control now, but I figured, you know, this has a really good rep for staying matte, and it did stay matte. It has medium to full coverage, and I didn't like it because it's very orange, and they only have like five or six shades, and they're all very orange. So I'm going to show you just like a little, I don't know if you can see how orange that is because I'm like in the sunlight, but it was super orange. I mean, my mom even told me I looked orange, so I know it was bad. And I think it was like $6 or $7, so I would just say don't spend your money on this one because I don't know anyone's skin that is that orange. Okay, so on to the next foundation. I tried out the Maybelline Dream Wonder Fluid Touch Foundation. Looks like this. It has a I has a foundation. It has a sunscreen in it too, which is great. So it has like a strange applicator, and it goes on as a fluid, and once you start buffing it, it turns into this creamy, powdery, matte feeling. It feels really great. It feels lightweight on your skin, which is great. I would say the coverage is very light to medium, so if you're just looking for something to slightly even out your complexion, this will be great. I think it would be a great summertime foundation. It does dry completely matte. It's not dewy. This shade's pretty dark because I think I started it when I was more tan. I'm super pale now. But I think it's a pretty good foundation overall, but again, light coverage. Yeah. So I also tried, this was a foundation that I tried out a while ago, and I think they even like pulled it off the shelves because when I went back I didn't even see it anywhere, and I'm glad they did because it completely just stinks. It's the Clean, which yeah, I went for it because it said clean, so I was assuming it's kind of good for your skin, you won't get oily, all that, but it's completely gross, and my face got so oily and it felt so cakey, and no matter what kind of skin you have, whether it be dry, oily, whatever, it's just not good for you. So I would stay away from this. If they even still sell it, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so the next foundations that I tested out were from Revlon, and Revlon honestly has been something that I've used for some time now because I feel like they have really great foundations. So this is the one that I was using before I tested out all of these other foundations. It's a full coverage foundation. This is the 24-hour Color Stay Revlon Whipped Foundation. And they also have the 24-hour Color Stay in just a regular liquid. So whatever texture that you like better, whether you like a mousse or just a regular liquid, they're both very full coverage foundations. And this is in shade 200 Sand Beige. Very full coverage, completely matte, controls all shininess. I don't get oily with it. It totally gives me like a flawless kind of finished skin, but on the downside of that, it does feel a little heavy. You do have to really set this foundation, and set it and set it and set it, because it just is really thick foundation. I honestly would use it for weddings and photos and stuff like that, but it's a great foundation. It's one of my favorite foundations. It completely does its job and I love it, but just keep in mind that it will have that heavy kind of feeling to it. The other foundation is from Revlon, and it's the Revlon Photo Ready. And this again has great coverage, great skin tones with the Revlon shades. They don't even have any ounce of pink tones to them, which I know can be a problem when it comes to foundations. And yeah, they don't have this at all. Very full coverage. This is in shade Medium Beige, and it does have a little bit of sunscreen in it, but this one leaves a more dewy finish compared to this one. It does dry, but it just has a luminizing finish to it. I guess that's where the Photo Ready comes in, to give that reflection for great pictures. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm guessing. So if you like a medium to full foundation that has that luminous but matte effect, this is great for you. Just kind of like the Lumi True Match. The next foundation that I'm going to review for y'all is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. I picked this up at Target. I was super skeptical, as I'm sure you are, but I was so pleasantly surprised with this. It's not even funny. This is a very full coverage foundation. Completely covers all my flaws. It stays on throughout the day. Looks great. It's going to be probably my top 2 foundations that I turn to from now on. I know that's crazy. This is in shade Porcelain, which normally I know when we think porcelain, we think super fair skin, which I'm not really that fair, but it just looked like I could relate to it. It comes in a box, so it's really kind of hard to test what's going to be a great shade for you. But I went with this one, and it turned out to be a great match. So if you can relate to my skin tone, yes, this is perfect. Porcelain. I would say pick this up. I didn't get oily. Even if you have dry skin, this is going to be great for you. Yeah, dry is completely matte. Feels very dry on my skin. It's not wet, it's not cakey, but it's just a good foundation. It's crazy. So the next one I'm going to review for y'all is actually a BB cream, and I haven't dove into the BB creams too much, but I'm kind of starting to. But I picked up the Pond's Luminous Finish BB cream because people are kind of raving about this, and I didn't want to go with the fair, so I went with the medium, which ended up being way too dark for my skin. I'll show y'all what it looks like. And this is supposed to be really healthy for your skin, but obviously it's way too dark. It has very light coverage, and it kind of feels like a foundation and primer all in one, which is kind of like what the BB creams are known for, I guess. And this is supposed to be Tone Perfecting Complex. So if you're looking for something light coverage, maybe in the summertime, and just to smooth out maybe some fine lines or complexion problems, I think this would be great for you. But very light coverage, keep that in mind. Okay, so the last foundation has been my very favorite throughout this trip, and it was $5, which is crazy. It's the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Mousse Foundation. I love this stuff. I feel like it's the holy grail. It gives me a flawless face, full coverage. I do not get an ounce of oiliness. And it's just amazing. It's lightweight. It doesn't feel cakey. It completely dries. It's completely matte. It's just a perfect foundation. This is in shade 200 Soft Beige. And I really just love this foundation. I would super recommend it, if that makes sense. So yes, I recommend this to y'all. $5, perfect full coverage foundation. And that's all, guys. That's all I reviewed. I might try out a few more. If you guys have any recommendations, feel free to let me know. If you have any questions about these foundations, please feel free to ask me. I would love to answer those for you. And if not, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!